Hi everyone, lovely having you back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to take a look at the synastry or compatibility charts of the leading stars of two movies that have recently released, which are Spiderman No Way Home and Dune. Well, you guessed it right. We are looking at the charts of Tom Holland and Timothee Chalamet in relation to Zendaya's chart to figure out who would be the best match for her astrologically. Also, through the medium of their recent press reviews, I'll demonstrate how it aligns with their astrological placements and their mutual dynamics. If this sounds interesting to you, keep watching and please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. So starting off with Tom Holland and Zendaya's birth charts, we will start by looking at their placements that don't necessarily seem to be compatible, beginning with their Venus placements, which are Cancer for Zendaya and Gemini for Tom.
Yes. There she is, looking beautiful, might I add. As ever. Yeah, absolutely.
You have to unlearn going.
Yeah, I know.
Because the sound, it's weird doing it without the noise. You're really good at that.
Well, you'd hope so. I've been doing it long enough.
But I'm just saying.
That's a good one.
Ooh.
Jacob,
Hey.
this question is for you. One scene from one of the previous franchises. Which one would you love to have a chance at acting in?
That's a great question.
You already said yours the other day.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
What did I say?
I don't know. Maybe you changed.
What did I say?
Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. That's messed up. You don't remember what
Oh!
it is? That's messed up,
I know
bro.
what it is.
Yeah.
I want to go and do the upside down
Yeah.
making out scene in the rain. Right now. Real life.
I still think you would be great.
I'm going to say you would make a great superhero. Pretty wonderful person.
Zendaya, I was rewatching what is now the iconic lip sync battle between you and Tom from 4 years ago. I mean, I feel like people constantly talk about this. It's still iconic, and funny enough, it was to like promote a Spider-Man movie. Were you two still just friends then, or were you guys crushing on each other at all?
We were just friends. I don't find you to be a beautiful person at all. I don't get it. I don't know.
I don't get the
why
appeal.
people find it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Someone who looks at you the way X looks at Y.
Sure.
Right? Classic. More than classic. Yeah. This isn't a spoiler one. I promise you this isn't a spoiler one. But talk me through this, both of you.
That's what happened, right?
It's like, oh shit.
What could you tease for me there without, of course, spoiling anything?
That's a great point. You just ruined my logic. Man, that's
As we can see through these clips, Tom is more expressive or has a fun way of communicating his liking for Zendaya. While, if you notice her, she's more shy or discreet about her liking and her feeling towards Tom. This is on brand for their Venus placements because Gemini is a sign of fun and excitement, while Cancer is a more emotional and security-driven sign. So this shows how their love languages are contradictory. Next, going to their Mercury signs, which for Tom is Aries and for Zendaya is Virgo.
There's cool aspects to it. The hand thing irritates me. That's why when I shoot webs in the suit, I don't do this. I do this. That's how close.
Well, now that
attention
you
to
know it's
detail that I am.
nanotechnology, you're fine.
Oh yeah, that's right. They sold Avengers Tower. Actually, I do know who bought Avengers Tower.
I will give you all the money in my pocket right now.
Don't say nothing. Yeah. Goodness gracious.
all right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I can't wait to see that show. It's always a pleasure talking with you guys.
Can we do another BuzzQueed fizz?
You said it all backwards.
BuzzQueed fizz.
What is wrong with us, man? Hey, look, quizzies. Click on quizzies.
Quizzies? Quizzes.
It says quizzes. Bro, Tom is zooted, my guy. Jeez.
Oh, sweetheart. Quizzy.
Quizzies. I am never going on BuzzFeed.
We can see their communication patterns so evidently from these clips. Tom's pattern of communicating is abrupt and excited, whereas Zendaya's is more articulate and critical. We see Tom in a rush to communicate his ideas, which is very much Aries Mercury archetype, while Zendaya is more calculated and perfection oriented with her communication
about how you're supposed to say it and how he says it.
So we're saying it with an English accent, so without the croissant.
Doesn't sound like what you just said,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, right.
He's
right.
changing it, right?
That's what they say. French people say
No.
croissant. Right?
What you just said was different from what you just said before you just
Sick of this croissant nonsense.
Hence, these are again not cohesive. Moving along to their Mars signs, which for Tom is Aries and for Zendaya is...
Do your own stunt.
I do try.
You want to show the people what you got? Take the stairs. All right.
You can do a front flip though, right?
Yeah.
The next, I'm gonna jump onto this rail, run across and do a little flip.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll just do like a flip down here.
Ready? Together. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, easy.
This way.
Absolutely not.
Now I understand the clip is of an advertisement that they shot, but it's so similar to how I imagine their Mars signs to manifest in real life. On one hand, Tom's Aries Mars is all about passion, drive, and athletic.
I went skiing right after we finished this movie because, you know, my contract's up, so finally I'm allowed to do things that I couldn't do before. So as soon as I finished, I went snowboarding, and I have an amazing photo of me FaceTiming you with blood all over my face.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I answered the phone, you just covered in blood. I was like, what are you doing? It's been
I was like, how cool is this?
For Zendaya, it's more indirect, as debilitated Mars in Cancer shows her drive for comfort and security in opposition to Tom's Mars, which again is not cohesive. Now that we've gotten the inharmonious placements out of the way, let's get on with the ones that synergize harmonically, starting off with their sun signs, which for Tom is Taurus and for Zendaya is Leo.
The biggest way is just companionship, you know, like two friends coming together, like experiencing this world, going through the same problems at the same times, having a shoulder to cry on. Has been a huge thing for the pair of us, and with Jacob as well. You know, we really are a family. And
typically this does not seem like a great match of fire and earth sign, but if we look closely, both of them are really family oriented and want stability and comfort. This is evident from the fact that the sign of Taurus that has the second house energies of family, and Leo is the second sign from the sign of Cancer, which represents the comfort that a family brings a person.
Good job together.
We know, but we can't cook together, can we?
Yeah, no.
Either one of us has to cook. Either Zendaya's cooking or I'm cooking. Because Zendaya, every time she cooks, comes millimeters from not chopping her fingers off, her hand off. She'd be holding an onion like this, and she's like...
We're both, long story short, is we both are a bit controlling
in the kitchen.
I like it to do it my way. He likes to do it his way. So it's better if just one of us does it.
But you also do that thing where you're like, I'm just going to put a bit of paprika in. Nah, I'm just going to put loads of that in there. And I'm like,
we need some flavor.
Though they both will be strong-headed and might have a battle of wills, still, more so this is a harmonious placement. Going to their moon signs, which for Tom is Scorpio and for Zendaya is Aries. So both of them have their moon signs ruled by the ruler of these signs, Mars. Hence, as we can see, a major part of their love language is to touch, and both relate to each other by how they process and express their emotions in commonality to the Mars ruler archetype. Now, this can also lead to heated disagreements, as both the signs are influenced by the aggression which is present underlying in the Mars signs of Aries and Scorpio, but mostly this signifies a harmonious placement. Last but not the least, certainly is their ascendant sign of Capricorn for both Zendaya and Tom. As both of them were born quite close to each other, their ascendant signs are similar, and this is a huge sign into why these both appear to have such great chemistry.
Can't you like live off avocados?
Yeah, me and you are like this today. Oh my, it's definitely, you'd have to take avocados.
Yeah. What's your best quality? That's hard. You have so many great qualities.
Yours is that you're super pretty.
Wow, thank you.
No. Yours is your kindness, I'd say, is your best quality. You're a very kind person.
I would say yours is your selflessness. You're always thinking about others.
Okay. And she's pretty.
And you're pretty, too.
yeah, like that.
All right.
Yeah, like that.
Whoa.
For both of them, it is in the same sign, so they feel like they know each other really well. And this attributes wonderfully to their charismatic dynamic. After this, we move along to the placements and compatibility analysis of Zendaya and Timothee Chalamet. Starting off, their comparison from their Mercury signs, which for Timmy is Capricorn and for Zendaya is Virgo.
Chalamet. Your favorite snack?
Pasta, butter, and cheese. That's not really a snack, though.
Yeah, I'm like trying to think of like, what's your favorite snack? Would you like fries?
I like fries.
Yeah, is that like a good snack?
We don't eat.
Yeah, we don't. The only time I've
seen you eat was 2 years ago. And when you saw me, you went, no.
We clearly see from the clip how the dynamic of their conversation is sarcastic and witty, which for both of the earth signs of Capricorn and Virgo seem to be very well known for. This is where their communication styles synergize, as they both work off each other's energy and have a dynamic communication style that's harmonious. Next, we go on to their Venus signs, which for Timmy is Capricorn again, and for Zendaya is Cancer.
Zendaya's Rue is incredible and insightful, and just like, what a beautiful performance. A lot of the actors on that show are incredible, but I think something that Sam does with the tone of it, he just like, he got it. Really got a sense of how much that show had, affected people.
To me, it's the body of work. He continuously comes with beautiful performances, and it's like, it's and I appreciate that you say that, because like you say, I just look for good things, and I think that I even felt that on set, that there's not a pretentiousness in the way in which he goes about choosing things or wanting to do things. There's nothing to do with like, oh, this is scale, it's a good career move, you know what I mean? It's just like, this feels good for me. This feels good for my soul as an actor, and this is going to be a challenge for me. And so I'm going to take this on. And I appreciate that, because I think often that's not people's motivation to want to do things. And I feel like you always keep the art first in a non-pretentious kind of way.
Although we do notice how contrasting it is that how rationally and fact-oriented Timothy speaks of things that he likes about her art, and how emotionally expressive she is about her favorite things about his art. Still, this is a really interesting placement, because although it might seem that Capricorn and Cancer couldn't be farther away from each other when it comes to their value system for love, but what we also must remember is that these are opposite signs on the Cancer-Capricorn axis, which means that there is an inherent attraction between these two that is created by this seemingly opposite energies of their Venus placements. Upon seeing their Mars signs, which for Timmy is Sagittarius and for Zendaya is Cancer again.
It's just amazing to, she just put consistencies, and this is a crazy business, so Zendaya is really one of the most grounded people I know doing this, and it's reassuring to have a friend like that, because it could be an absolute circus.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah.
That's what I'd say.
I would agree.
I've got nothing for
No, because sometimes
mess.
you feel like you're in this industry, you're floating, right? And you need those people that feel like, I don't know, like some stability, or like a.
This placement has a contradictory alignment, because Sagittarius is all about freedom, foreign experiences, and travel, while Cancer is all about comfort, laying low at home, and family. Passionate or driven by are very opposite in nature, hence not cohesive. Moving along to a more cohesive placement of their sun signs, which for Timmy is Sagittarius again, and for Zendaya is Leo.
I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great, because it's just like, you understood my jokes.
Yes, same.
My humor.
Same.
You know what I'm saying?
Same.
The references.
Now both these signs are fire signs, and hence their personalities are complementary to each other, as they both reflect the same energy and vibrance in their demeanor. So they can relate to each other heavily, as it is also demonstrated in the interview clips. Lastly, one of the inharmonious placements is of their moon signs, which for Timmy is Pisces and for Zendaya is Aries. Now both of these signs have completely different energies, wherein the person with Aries moon, that is Zendaya, feels her emotions quickly and sheds them off as quickly too. While on the other hand, the person with the Pisces moon, that is Timothy, feels his emotions deeply and takes long time to process and express his emotions. Aries moon is more about self, while Pisces moon is more about others and empathy. So these are conflicting energies of their moon placements. Coming to the end of this video, after evaluating both of their placements and their compatibility charts, it's safe to say that the final verdict of who's better for Zendaya would have to be Tom Holland, as even though that their Venus, Mercury and Mars placements aren't cohesive, but their ascendant, Sun and Moon signs are highly compatible, which has a higher significance when it comes to compatibility between two individuals. So even though their charts aren't perfectly aligned, also no relationship is perfect either, but these two certainly have a great shot at making it work, more so than Timothee and Zendaya could, despite having similar Mercury, Venus and Sun placement energies. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and took some value out of it. I would greatly appreciate if you hit the like button on this video and subscribe to my channel so that you can stay up to date on further interesting astrology content that I will be sharing with you all. Thanks and see you next time. Until then, take care.